Welcome everyone to your first free video lesson. Now I want to get right into the video and I would want to talk about a coin called Wax Coin. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you that if we go over to the members Telegram channel, which you'll also have access to once you become a member, uh, I sent out at around 5/8/18 a picture, a screenshot of Wax Coin, and I said we're going to wait until Wax Coin, it was currently at 32 cents, we're going to wait until it goes to around 8 to 10 cents. And once we hit this blue line, and that's where the blue line was around 8 to 10 cents, we're going to buy, and we're expecting it to go up. So, and by the way, the prices on this picture here are absolutely incorrect, and that is due to the fact that I took the screenshot. The way I took it was, I used the wrong way or the wrong software, whatever you want to call it. But these are, just keep in mind, these are not the right prices here. I don't know why, and I apologize for that. But if we go over to Waxcoin, a live chart, we can see that from 32 cents, we have precisely hit the blue line at where I called it. Uh, it was going to hit, and the reason why. Let me just exit that out. Okay, so the reason why that happened, and I'll show you that in a sec, and I'll show you the methodology behind my call and the strategy that I used to understand why this was going to happen. Uh, I'll show you that in just a minute. But before we get into that, I want to tell you that uh, I want to give you a quick demonstration of what happened. So I said once we hit the blue line, we want to buy. So what happened was everyone who bought when it was at 8 cents, let's say that one of my students put $1,000 into Wax Coin at 8 cents. 0.088 cents, they would have approximately 12,500 Wax Coin. So 12,500 times uh, when it went all the way up, it spiked to around 18 cents. I said any spike from there would be probably a good time to sell because we wanted to get in and out fairly quickly within a few days period uh, of time. So 12,500 times 18 cents times 18, that is $2,250 minus the initial 1,000, or I apologize, minus the $1,000 that they initially put in. That is $1,250 profit. Now, keep in mind, this is before taxes. I can't speak about taxes because it varies in it's different in every state, it varies in every country, so on and so forth. You'd have to consult your tax professional about how much taxes you'd have to pay. But I'm only showing you guys before tax profits, and this is, this is unbelievable for a few 2 to 3 days of work, not even work, clicking a few buttons on a computer, and this is what's called working hard and not working smart. $1,250 in a matter of 2 to 3 days. So how did I know that this was going to happen? Well, very simply, I use what's called an ABC pattern. And if I pull out the Elliott correction wave, which is also known as the ABC pattern, this everyone has access to this. You could go over to tradingview.com, make a free account, and you'll have access to it. Uh, it's called the Elliott correction wave ABC. And what I look for though is, and this is what I teach my members, and I won't be showing you this in full detail because it wouldn't be fair if I showed you guys for free and my members pay for it. But I'll show you a piece of the pie, and I'll show you just a little bit of what we do here, uh, and how I found out that it was going to go down from 32 cents. So I use a series of different uh, what I call volume analyzations, and I look for coins that have just come out and have a humongous spike up and a big red candle down again on the first, all simultaneously in the same candle. So after that happens, after we see this big red line, and it's the first or second day of the candle trading or the coin trading being live on the market, what we have to look for is the first green candle. So from that point, we click the bottom of that green candle and we go up and we do what's called an A, B, C. Why is that important? Well, after we do the ABC pattern, we can very clearly see, we know that the price is going to go down. After the C, the price always goes down, and I'll show you how we know how far it's going to go down. We always goes down. The price usually, when we follow this pattern, the price follows a certain, it's a strict set of rules, and it follows usually a 65 to 80% downfall. Now remember that 65 to 80% downfall. So from the time that I called out the C pattern, we could see that the price fell exactly 80%, and you could see that 80% point 80.82% right there. The price fell exactly 80%. Now, From this point on, we know it is a good time to buy. We start buying actually when the price is at 65% downfall from the initial C point. So even at we started buying even at 14 cents, but we bought all the way down to 8 cents, right? Okay, now I want to show you, keep this in mind, guys. If we go over to a very popular coin, which I'm sure all of you guys have heard of, called IOTA, we can see that the same pattern has been applied here in the early stages. So if I go ahead and X out everything, we can see that we saw a huge wick all the way up within the first few days of trading, and a lot of red here in the beginning. We know immediately that the ABC pattern is going to be applicable for this particular cryptocurrency, right? So or this particular coin, whatever you want to refer to it as. So we do what's called the ABC pattern once more. So we have an A, a B, and a C. So we know after the C, we always see a big downfall, usually between, remember the magic number, 65 to 80%. So if we pull out the percentage tool again from the C point, we can see its lowest point was exactly 68%. So we knew to start buying at 65, and this just so happened to be its lowest point. From here, we went up all the way to $5, and I'll show you in percent. From down there, we went up exactly 1,687%. Now, this might sound a little complicated to you guys, but I'll just put it into perspective very simply. So, from its lowest point when you would have started buying was 31 cents. So, let's say again, we put in, one of my students had put in $1,000 into IOTA using this pattern at 0.31 cents. They would have had 3,225 shares in IOTA, or IOTA coins, times, now when it hit the all-time highs of $5.80 times a 5.80, that's $18,709 minus the 1,000 that they initially had put in. That is $17,709 profit in a matter of a few weeks. Now, this is, like I said before with Waxcoin, this is before taxes. I don't know if I said that before or mentioned it, but I can't talk to you guys about taxes. You have to consult your tax professional because taxes vary in every state and every country. They're different. So, you have to consult with your tax professional about that. But before tax profits would be $17,000. That is absolutely insane. Now, for some people, this might seem very, very simple, but for some, it might seem too simple. And they might be saying, "Oh, does this pattern work not 100% of the time?" Of course not. Of course, it doesn't work 100% of the time. However, it does work most of the time. So that's the whole point. When you trade, and not just in cryptocurrencies, when you trade in any type of financial market, losing money is part of the process because it's just like running a restaurant. You're going to lose money, and that's what we call business expenses. But at the end of the day, when you make more than you lose, that is what matters, and that is, the end all and be all, is that you're a profitable trader. And that is what I try to teach all of my students. Some of my students ask me, "Oh, am I guaranteed to make 100% money 100% of the time?" Of course not. Are you guaranteed you're going to lose money 100% of the time? Of course not. I can't guarantee you anything. It's all up to you, and all I can guarantee you is that I'm going to teach you my personal strategies and my patterns, and you guys are choosing obviously to listen to them because I have full transparency. I've showed you an example of two different coins that have followed this pattern very precisely, and I've made a lot of money in this market. And that's pretty much it. You want to follow people that are already where you want to be. People go to college just a quick example. People go to college and listen to a professor that's making 60,000 a year, and they want to make millions of dollars a year. Do you think how is it possible that somebody that's making 60,000 a year teach you to make a couple million a year? How could people think that? And that's really what shocks me. So you want to learn from people. That's why you have to be careful who you listen to. You are who your closest five friends are or associates are in life, and you want to be careful who you surround yourself with, and most importantly, you want to be careful who you listen to, because just because somebody cares about you doesn't mean they give you the right advice. And I don't want to make this into a self-help, or I just completely butchered that word, into a self-help video like, Tony Robbins or anything like that. But really, I just wanted to give you guys a quick tip right there. So yeah, there's by the way, and I'm sure all you guys know this. Be careful, because if you're watching this video, obviously you want to learn how to make money in the cryptocurrency market. If you are targeted by these Facebook groups or these Twitter groups, you want to be careful, because what happens is there's a lot of scammers, and you want to be careful. People who claim they're making $100,000 a day mining Bitcoin, it's all baloney. It's ridiculous. I want to hit myself over the head with a bat when I look at half the things that I read on these Facebook groups. And I don't know how people fall for this stuff. I really don't. People, there's guys that literally find pictures of cash online, like, they look up $2 million in cash and post it on Facebook and say, "Oh, click here and I'll teach you how to make $2,000 a day for the rest of your life." It's insane what people fall for. But anyways, it just boggles my mind. You guys want to be careful who you listen to, and yeah. So if you found the video informative in any way, shape, or form, if you found it interesting, and I'm sure you guys have, and become a member. Go ahead, click buy now. If there's still a sale going on, you definitely want to buy, because once the sale is over, it is not going back on, and it will not. Well, it will eventually, but it's going to be a few months, maybe even a year before it comes back. But besides that, everyone have a nice day, and I want to wish you guys all good crypto profits. See you later.